Hello and welcome for your weekly tarot horoscope. My name's Nicholas. While I was gone on my vacation for a week in Norway, So I've lost my grammar since I've been out of the country, but I had done a weekly tarot horoscope, and when I came back, I was surprised to see how many views that had from that, and so I wanted to. That to me is the feedback that that's something people appreciated. That's something people wanted, and so I wanted to just do that practice this week again. And so what I've realized I'm going to have to do is I'm going to still do my daily astrology videos, but I can use the card that I do in those videos from the reading that I do right now. So, for example, tomorrow will be Tuesday, the day of Mars, Tuesday, August 19, 2014. And the card that I pull for Tuesday, I'll discuss in that video, but the weekly spread will give you more of a holistic view of what's to come for the week. So Monday, I'd already pulled the Queen of Rainbows, which is flowering in the Osho deck. So this is the card for Monday, August 18, 2014. And I'm just going to do my cutting right here. You know, the thing about the card of the day that I just want you to keep in mind is the card of the day, there's so many ways you can use it. It's just a good thing to keep, like a meditative, contemplative archetype to keep in mind throughout your day. I mean, this doesn't have to be hokey, metaphysical stuff if you don't want it to be. I mean, this can just be pure logical. It's just this outside-of-the-box creative thing that can help you solve logical problems in your day. And what I mean by that is, so you have the Queen of Rainbows in your mind. And what does this evoke to you? To me, this is about somebody being open-hearted and considerate and sharing and giving toward others. So, if you're going through your day and you have some type of unanswerable question or how should I approach this situation, you get a pause and you have to think, well, I'm not sure what to do in this moment. And even if it's just this first split second, come back to the thought of what this card represents to you. And this will probably be that little ingredient that'll help you solve that problem that you need in that moment. It's just uncanny how often it works. And that may sound hokey to a logician, but these are the things that work for people. These are the things that outside the box creative thinking, problem solving skills that help people be more successful. So, I mean, if you have one more tool in your tool bag, you may as well use it. And a tarot card of the day is that tool in your tool bag. So now I've cut it, I've shuffled it, I'm just going to lay out the cards. So Tuesday is a major arcana card, and it's 3. It's 8. And it's courage. Wednesday is, in the Osho deck, when the arrow points to the east, it's the Knight of Water, and the Knight of Water is, when it points to the east, it's the Page. This is the Page of Water, and it's understanding. Thursday, so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, August 21st is 10 of Fire, and that is Suppression. Friday, Venus Day, Major Arcana, the first card, Existence. Saturday, August 23rd, Major Arcana card again. There's a lot of, when you have all these Major Arcana cards, there's a lot of things to connect to. This is the Silence card. If you look at the full moon in her third eye, so this is 10. This is the 17 card. Sorry, I'm still jet lagging from my trip. Okay, so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday the 24th, we have the Two of Clouds, which is Schizophrenia. So I'll talk about these cards individually, and then I'll give you a holistic reading. And I'll try to be as quick as possible to save you your time, but just think about these things for the week, please. I can't stress how helpful this stuff can be. So, I've already discussed flowering and what I think of that. Courage. This is a flower. This is a wildflower growing out of whatever it wants. It doesn't care that it's not supposed to be there. It doesn't care that that's a rock and not the soil. It's got a rebellious spirit, and it wants to bring its gift to whatever environment it's in. That's what Tuesday's about. It's about sharing your light no matter what environment or situation you're in. That's what this fire, astrologically what's going on is there's a lot of fire and water energy going on, especially with the inner planets right now. And to me, that's like the I-Ching Kua, the 49, the revolution. And that's lake over fire. And basically when you have that fire-water combination, there's a lot of fast change. And so those things that you thought weren't pertinent to the situation are now becoming pertinent. Those things that you've been hiding on in the background can now maybe come up to the surface because everything's in such flux. Who's going to be able to deny you that change? So a lot of people say let your freak flag fly. But this week, when I'm looking at this reading, I'm thinking it's about letting the you flag fly. I don't like to call it the freak flag. We call it the freak flag because that's what society considers a freak. But if you're doing something different, if you're doing something outside the box, if you're doing outside the norm of conventions, this is the week to continue that. So that's what these cards are showing me. This flower is letting its freak flag fly, but I call it the you flag because it's growing where it's not supposed to grow. And it's sharing its gifts into things that necessarily doesn't want a flower to gift it, but it's doing it anyway. Understanding, if it's to the east, it's the page of water. The bars are illusionary. What's holding you back is illusionary. Let your intuition lead you to those other birds outside that cage. Ten of Fire, suppression. On a negative note, yeah, you're suppressing something. You need to know that. What are you holding back? What aren't you doing? Think about that. The good, on the positive side, this is the 10 card. So you've gone through all these cycles of fire, and now you've reached this 10. You're suppressing something. This is the chance for you to break free of this energy, to break free of this block, to bring it into the 11 card. When you're at the 10, you've started over again. It's basically a start over at the 1. So it's also the opportunity of a fresh start. So that's the positive side of this. The 1 major Arcana card of Osho, existence. It's just the being. What a great Friday card to have. And then you go straight into another major Arcana card. Silence. You know, you're going through the week. Saturday is a Saturn day where you do a lot of work. The work you need to be doing is in your meditation and in your contemplation of what you really want to be doing, what you should be doing, and really paying attention to your inner guide. Really pay attention to this intuition because this is what's going to guide you for the weeks to come. There's some major change going on if this card's being pulled on a Saturday. You have, usually most people have the weekend off and you have a time to contemplate these things. How wonderful. And then 2 is the Schizophrenia. So yeah, you're getting in your thoughts. If it's a Sunday and you're going schizophrenic, you don't know which way to go. You probably listened to that guide, but then the guide told you to do something for your creative self, for your joyous self, for that building self. Go toward your private business. Go toward whatever those things you're working toward, is what Saturday Insights told you. And then comes Sunday, now you're schizophrenic about it. Well, I still have the lawn to mow, you know. It's the George Harrison song. The dishes need to be clean, the floor needs to be swept, but why my guitar gently weeps. Well, he's still playing his guitar. The only advice I can give you about it, the 2 of clouds, you know, the 2 of air, the 2 of mind, is we always think we have one option or the other. What's that third alternative? That's what you need to think about when you pull this card. Is we always think and or, but are we missing 2 or 3 different possibilities that we could be doing this? Is there another creative outside the box thing that we can be doing for this Sunday solution? Some of the things you can do to help you with this is allow yourself like 2 or 3 I-Ching readings to help you through your schizophrenia, and then listen to that advice. Stop the I-Ching readings if that's probably could take a half an hour of your time. If that's all the time you're allowed to think about it, now you have to do. You have to make the commitment and do something. Whatever that, you have to. The way you get out of your mind is to do. Often I ride my bike to work, and when I first started riding my bike, I've been doing it for over a year now, I would get nervous before I left. It's a scary thing to ride in Los Angeles traffic on your bike, and I would psych myself out before the day was over, and I would lament and think about, how am I going to get through this light? I almost got hit on Vine Street the other day. Oh my gosh, what's going to happen? And what I realize is every single time I'm on my bike riding, there's never any fear. When I'm in the actual moment of doing it, even though trucks are coming near me and their grill is so close to me, I could feel the heat from their engine right on me and smell that exhaust. There's no fear in that moment. There's zero. So the act of getting out of the mind, to me, is through doing and through action. So that's the trick of that. So when I look at the overall spread, I mean, when you have 3 major Arcana cards like this, a couple pitfalls maybe when you look at the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, when you look at Thursday, and you look at Sunday. That's the advice of the deck. I mean, it's a great week, and these may be the so-called negative cards, the hard cards. These are the things you're going to have to deal with. What a great idea is to know that on Thursday there's something you're suppressing. So how do you suppress it? How do you unsuppress it? Be thinking about that leading up to this day. Sunday. I definitely think that if you listen to your inner guidance like you're supposed to on Saturday, come Sunday, you're in your head again. Allow yourself, appease your mind. Allow yourself some time to do some logical thinking and some contemplating. Give yourself a half an hour to journal about it, to I-Ching about it, to talk to a friend about it, and cut yourself off. That's your allowance. That's your mind. You said, mind, I've done what I can do for it. Now Sunday's the schizophrenia. The only way to get out of your mind is through swift and certain and resolute action. Take the action. And that's all there is. It looks like a great week to me. It really represents the astrology that's going on for me, because there's that fire, water stuff going on. Saturn, Mars is approaching a conjunction with Saturn in Scorpio, which is dark and serious. But you know what? Mars is taking action, and Saturn is that discipline. So it's that organization. So it's really trying to organize your feelings and your emotions and those deep, dark secrets, and really trying to bring them up into a way that can be, to me, I think it's about expression. That's my creative leap with all this, is that these deep, dark, impenetrable things in Scorpio are going on that you need to get out with certain actions. You need to bring to the surface somehow to heal. If Mars is going to come in and start adding some fire to that, hopefully you're bringing it to the surface and healing it. So anyway, I've made this a lot longer than I intended. I definitely hope it was helpful. My name's Nicholas. You can visit my website at www.nicholasdewart.com. And please leave any comments and feedback if you would. It helps me understand what I can do to help make these more informative for you. So thanks a lot.